Everyone, I am Symaya Tanzila. Today I'm going to talk about the Partition of Bengal. It was an important event before the independence movement of Indian subcontinent, and we're going to talk about the partition plan, the objective, the causes, and the aftermath of the partition. Life was a pivotal moment in the Indian subcontinent history, marking a strategic administrative reorganization by the British colonial rulers. This controversial move stirred significant socio-political unrest and left an inevitable impact on the course of India's struggle for independence. Exploring the motives behind the partition and its restoration provides valuable insight into the complex dynamic of colonial governance and the emergence of nationalist sentiment in the early 20th century. Reorganized by the British authorities during the partition of Bengal. The new layout separated the primarily Hindu Western district from the primarily Muslim Eastern areas. On 20 July 1905, Lord Curzon, the Viceroy of India at that time, proclaimed it. It became effective on 16 October 1905 but was later revoked 6 years later. Bengal, which included present-day West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Bangladesh and Assam, were under British rule since 1765. This province became challenging to administer due to its large size and rapidly growing population, reaching almost 80 million by the early 20th century. The rural areas in the eastern part of Bengal were neglected in terms of industry, education, employment, with much of the development centered around Calcutta. The idea of partitioning the province for administrative convenience existed before Lord Curzon arrived in India, with Assam being separated in 1874. Initially, Curzon proposed a partition as a purely administrative measure but later saw it as a political tool to undermine growing nationalism all over the Bengal. Now we are looking into the original partition plan, where we can see the whole Bengal province, the eastern Bengal part, the Assam part and the Bengal part. So in the original partition plan, this partition would result in two provinces, Bengal including West Bengal, Odisha and Bihar, and eastern Bengal and Assam. Bengal would lose 5 Hindi-speaking states to the central province but gain Oriya-speaking state from the same region. Eastern Bengal would comprise Hill Tripura, Chittagong, Rajshahi and Dhaka division with Dhaka as its capital. Bengal would have a Hindu majority while Eastern Bengal and Assam would have a Muslim majority. Calcutta would remain its capital. Talk about the motive behind the partition of Bengal. Of course, the first reason was the administrative reason. As said before, Bengal was the largest province in India with an area of 1,89,000 square miles, and that's why Curzon considered it an irrational task to keep such vast area in a simple administrative unit. And that was the primary reason behind the partition of Bengal. The second reason is to be of course, the socio-economic reason. Before the partition, Calcutta was the nerve center of socio-economic activities, so the other parts of Bengal were deprived from modern education or economic development, such as despite becoming a big state, the eastern part, Dhaka, had no university or any higher educational institute so that the Muslim people can be educated. Then comes the main reason, the political reason. The educated Bengalis considered it as a proposition as a part of divide and rule policy to eradicate the growing nationalism in Bengal. On Bengal, so at first the clear impact was on the socio-economic impact, a new province advanced in education, in good governance, development of communication and security. Then comes the political impact. All India Muslim League was founded. So now there was another political party along with Congress. There was rising communal tension between Hindus and Muslims because they had the whole different reaction on this topic. While the Muslim accepted it, the Hindus believed it was a vivisection of the motherland. And also there was a rise of nationalism because the movement to boycott, like Swadeshi movement, was held, and it really heated the Bengali nationalism. Then comes the Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement was a crucial part of India's struggle for independence. It emerged as a response to the partition of Bengal, but evolved into a broader movement with economic, social, and political dimensions. The key objectives of this movement are promotion of Indian good, advocating for use and promotion of Indian-made goods to boost indigenous industries. Then it was boycott of British goods, encouraging people to avoid buying British goods and promoting the use of locally produced items. Revival of cottage industry, fostering nationalism, fostering a sense of national unity and solidarity among the Indians against British colonial rule. And there was a political awakening, catalyzing political awareness and mobilizing public support for the larger goal of Indian independence. The Swadeshi movement played a significant role in the shaping nationalist sentiment during the struggle for independence. Several consequences of Swadeshi movement, business venture of Prafulla Chandra and Nilratan Sarkar, their Bengal Chemicals. Then there was Raksha Bandhan movement by Rabindranath Tagore. There was a foundation of Bangla Lokhi cotton mill. Doctrine of passive resistance by Arvind Ghosh, and many more. And opposition from various sections of society, leading to significant unrest. Due to the vehement opposition and growing unrest, the British government annulled the partition of Bengal in 1911. The reversal of Bengal partition was announced by King George V during the visit to India in 1911, and it was a response to the widespread protest and demand for unification. And like before, the Hindus were satisfied by the decision, but the Muslim weren't. And our Dhaka University was actually a result of the annulment of partition of Bengal. They promised a university here for the higher educations of the Muslims. And that's all for today. Thank you, everyone.